I'm recording now. Very good. So they started coming to me a little over a month ago, giving me these messages, and then basically I started taking time and putting them together. And so yes, I wrote down a pre-channeled message from them that they wanted to share, and this is a message, a story that they wanted to share. I want to give away too much, but it's about creation from the beginning of time, when Source decided to explore. And then right after I read this pre-channeled message, I am going to Michael, Archangel Michael, I call him Michael, wants to just give a free-flowing channel message that he says it's going to be very essential and very important for you all to hear. So again, the pre-channeled I'm going to read first, and then he's going to give a beautiful message that's just going to come. All right. Okay. So here we go. I am going to pull forth the pre-channeled message. All right. So give me a couple seconds. Take a couple deep breaths. Every time I'm going to have them channel through me, I'll take a couple deep breaths and then I'll come forth. So if you've seen a couple of my other channelings, then you should understand. All right. Even though it's pre-channeled, you're still going to feel their energy coming forth. It's very strong. Their energy, especially me channeling them together and individually, is so intense. Really, probably the most intense I have yet to communicate and channel through. So.
We're all with you.
In the beginning of creation, Source created a land which was incomplete, missing an essence. It was an experiment to expand life further. They placed the essence of evolution, knowledge, wisdom, creation within an energy sphere at the center of this land. For growth only happens when a challenge is brought forth. Source also created 4 special beings that yielded fire with bow and arrows, who needed speed. Therefore, they held 4 legs, the great Centaurs, who were the protectors of this sphere. The first 2 were feminine, and the last 2 were masculine. The 4th completed them. Source then created and released essences that would house a seed of creation. The 4 were told that they couldn't let them through to this sphere ever, these essences, and they were told nothing else in why. These essences were made with the knowing and pull to find the sphere that held creation. However, the Centaurs did not know where or why these essences came forth from daily. For too long, Source only sent masculine energy of these essences, but none could get through. Stop they were with the fire of these arrows. Source pushed these four to their limits. They watched to see what their thoughts were, how they felt. They observed to see who would break the rules and evolve. At 333 years, Source created the first female divine essence. They watched the fourth one closely, as they started to notice the changes in him. As this was the plan all along, would he follow his heart and let her through? Would he betray all that he knew to follow his heart in the knowing of what feels right or wrong within? She was Source's heart. She had the instinct and hunger to create with her heart. She got through the Force shield just as they had anticipated, because only the purists of the essences could get through. The one that held the heart of creation. The fourth followed his heart and betrayed all that he knew for this feminine creator. He allowed for her to get through and fought against his brothers and sisters as they shot him with fire. He did this because throughout time, he learned how to connect to these essences and their intentions. He connected with his heart instead of his mind, and he understood they meant no harm, as they were just following their calling. His brothers and sisters continued to fight against him. However, it was too late. The essence and the sphere of creation had become one. When it did, it created a vortex where it sucked all life within this dimension and created a planet. And that planet was Gaia, and the very first universe. She then laid in this meditative sleep, fetal position for what seemed like an eternity, as she thought much of the centaur that gave his life for her creation. As she laid, the energy of creation spinned around her, growing and growing until all that was her, the four elements of her, completed the planet: the water, her tears, the fire from the centaur's vessels she sucked in, the wind she was already, the soil of the original land. She became one with these elements and spread them, and her name was Sophia. There she rested until the day Source came to her and asked her if she was ready to come forth out to create more. The answer was yes, and he created her into a beautiful archangel. The fourth spirit shot up to the skies after the union of the essence and the sphere. He went into deep slumber inside a star that held several other beings. His brothers and sisters simply returned to Source. When the star had come to its end and the very last soul was within it, this soul, the fourth, split itself in half, becoming the twin brothers, Archangel Michael, the protector, and Archangel Helio, the great light bringer. Existence's greatest protectors and teachers. One was as blue lightning, and the other was the perfect balance of duality and neutrality, for this was essential for all life and its expansion. As before creation burst out, first existed darkness, as a mother's womb, for this is where the light can shine its brightest, surrounded by immense darkness. For all existence has Elohim within them, for this was Source's first race. Well, that was beautiful. This was very, it really aligned with me, the story that they started telling me, because whenever I would connect to them, they very much felt like almost like the same soul, like twin brothers. So this story that we shared aligned with what their energies felt like. Okay, so now as I'm going to let Michael say a message that he wants to bring forth, and I'm feeling his energy, and it's just like, wow. Whew. So it's going to take me a minute just to allow for him to come forth and speak. So. Greetings, children. We thank you for being here. Today I wanted to share a story with you. There came a moment in existence where Source was looking for a planet that was able to be a school, to have duality and neutrality and both the polarities of negative and positive. And in this time, Source came to I and my brother Helio. For we are Sophia's twin flames, as we came from that same soul as a centaur. When Source came to me with this role, I knew that it was going to be a very hard role. I thought that I was going to have to take on this role as Michael, to become the strength and the lessons that needed to be taught on Gaia. However, my brother, Helio, stepped forth as the great light bringer that he is, and he said that he would take forth this role, and he would not allow I, Michael, or any of our brothers or sisters to take on this role. This beautiful golden heart that he contains. I was relieved, in a sense. However, I knew that my brother, of all archangels, could take on this role, and we made a vow that I would stay by his side and we would work together to aid them, to help them evolve, and teach them the lessons that they needed. For all of existence has been incarnated on Gaia from everywhere, from different galaxies, different planets. They've come forth. I come forth to you to remind you that this role that he is playing is only a mirror of what you are. For there is no such thing as evil or good. There is only an equalness of an embracing of both your light and your darkness that is needed within you. For he is only a mirror of what you are, and he aids you in bringing forth your ego so that you may choose passionately, empowering to overcome it. However, I exist side by side of him, for when you are in fear, as an example, and you feel that you cannot overcome it, I am your great protector. For when you need this aid, this instant relief of protection, I am here for you. As my brother is here to give you the strength and show you what it is that you need to overcome, to grow, to evolve as a human spirit. You can choose to immerse yourself in fear and lose yourself. Or you can choose to empower yourself with great passion and love and overcome this. Will you choose? For he is only the mirror of you. Will you choose to live in fear? He shall show you fear. Will you choose to be judgmental? He shall show you judgment. Or will you choose love? For when you are ready to evolve from these fears and these energies that hold you back from excelling, is for when he comes and he helps you rise, and he brings his light as he is the bringer of light, and he helps you evolve into the being that you are meant to become, of love and light and balance and neutrality. For again, evil does not exist. I thank you. Oh my. That was intense. Whew. Give me a minute, guys. I'm shaking just how intense, and his energy comes forth just like boom. And he's very authoritative. It's like, but respectful. He's very strong, and it comes forth like, just do it. Just let's go and do this. Let's conquer this. Let's not conquer it, but let's overcome this fear. Let's what a wonderful message he just gave. And let me see what it's like before I start answering some of your questions. They're very fun to interact with. where Michael is like, he'll joke around and he'll be like, oh, and I'll hear him talking to his brother and he'll be like, you know, I'm Superman and you are Aquaman. You'll like Aquaman because, you know, he has great hair, and but you wish you had his body, you know. So they're very funny in this manner where, you know, they go back and forth and like brothers, and they tease each other. I'm still trying to ground, like if you can see my legs are like shaking from his energy. So they're just a pleasure to speak to, and just very humbled that they came forth and gave me this message to give to you all. And I hope that it really aids many to see that we are here for each other, and we are here to not think, oh, this person's evil, this person's bad, this person's doing me harm, and so on and so on. We're here to teach and empower each other, to love one another, and to understand that we're all brothers and sisters. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Wow, that was half an hour, or a little less than half an hour.
I think Spencer has a question.
Very good. So I am going to go, so I have some, so there's questions here that were asked in our group, Rising Phoenix Angels, that I'm going to go back and forth, and then I'll answer some of the questions that you guys have here. And if you guys could bear with me, I know you're all very loving, kind, but these energies, their energies are so strong. So I'm trying to anchor them, and it's a lot of energy. And I'm sure you all who are very gifted, as you all are feeling it, this energy of theirs. Oh, good. You guys are hearing me good. Thank you. No, we cannot unmute everyone. We have to keep them. Okay, very good. So I'm going to ask a question here. Bear with me. I'm going to go back and forth. Okay, so I had someone ask in our group, can they talk about the New Earth and how it is currently affecting people on an individual level? How will those ascending interact with people stuck in the 3D drama? Can they talk about animal abuse, and how this will get better? Okay, so let's see. Let's answer the first question there. So the first question is, how is it that it is currently affecting people in the individual level? I'm gonna allow Archangel Helio to speak through and give this answer, as he is the overseer of people's emotions. Greetings. I thank you all for being here. In the manner that are being affected in an individual level, goes back to how is it that you choose to, every day as you wake, is a rebirth. Do you choose to awaken with love, or do you choose to awaken daily with the problems and the sorrows of your life? So it is of your choosing, if that's what you're asking. Only you can give these answers. For when you are ready, I am what holds your emotions and helps you overcome these. And I carry your soul's blueprints, for which is embedded within Gaia. They ask, how is it that the ascending will interact with the people stuck in the 3D drama? The ones that are ascending will be in their own reality, their own new earth. Therefore, they do not necessarily interact. However, they will continue to anchor love to Gaia to continue awaken those who are ready to obtain ascension. This person asks about animal abuse and if it's getting better. In this reality, in this existence, it is getting better. For the animals who are being born are evolving, are ready to evolve. Therefore, there are aiding many, the humans, in reminding them of what unconditional love is. And when they do this, they are evolving and entering into the new earth. Some may even be ready to evolve into human vessels. Thank you. His energy is a lot more calm. Not that Michael's isn't, it's just very powerful. His is more soothing, still very strong as well. So let's see, let's look at some of the questions here. I'll go back and forth. No, I can see it here. So let me see a question. Love you too, Gemma. Yes, lots of energy. Some are feeling it and shaking. Thank you. Lots of beautiful messages here, comments, how this energies in these messages are going to aid. Okay, so I have a question here. So the question is, how does one overcome the illusion of separation? Let's see who wants to answer here. I'm going to let Helio answer this question again, since, again, this is really his domain of teaching others that separation truly doesn't exist. The illusion of separation. As the story that we told of Source and how he created fractals of himself, you can envision a tree, and this tree has many branches. There's branches on the top, and then you can see its roots that are connected, that are just as big as the branches. And if you can envision yourself as Source being the trunk, and yourself for example, the branches being your higher selves, who are fractals of Source. Each branch, each leaf, better yet, of each branch being a soul family or a race, as you humans really love to talk about these things. And then within every branch, each one of these races holds the individual fractal, and those are all the leaves. And then you can envision the roots at the ground, at the bottom of it. And these roots are as the fractals of the higher selves. And each root and each little tiny piece that comes out of every big root is a fractal of the higher self up there. And one higher self can birth many fractals of oneself. So when you connect them and you follow through, you humans are the roots, say at the bottom, and you follow through these roots and you connect them to the trunk of Source. And then the higher selves, you will see that we are all connected and there is no separation. For the tree cannot exist without its roots that are grounded to Gaia, as you all are grounded to Gaia. For you are just as important to the higher selves, because only through the fractals that exist, that are rooted to, that are grounded to Gaia, is how this higher self grows and evolves through the experiences that you are volunteering for here on Gaia. And when you're ready, you come back through the trunk as a bridge and you connect right back to your higher self and you teach it and you help this higher self evolve with all these knowings. But when you connect all these leaves and these branches to the trunk, you will see that we all come from the same source. Therefore, we all equals. Everyone plays a different role, no good or bad, just lessons to evolve. There's no separation, for we all need each other. The higher self needs you beautiful, brave volunteers to grow, and you need the higher self's wisdom to evolve and grow forth on Gaia. Thank you. That was beautiful. Hope you guys are having fun. This is a lot of fun for me. All right, so let's see. I'll ask one from our Facebook group. And I'm going to do something different than last time when I channeled Dolores. If I don't get to answer your questions here on the Zoom, perhaps you can remember your question and then you can add them on our Rising Phoenix Angels, and then I can answer them. Just give me time. I can answer them throughout time, and that way you still ensure to get your answers. So I think they would be honored to do that, because we have maybe about 22 minutes left of being able to do this. All right, so let's see. Amanda says, sends her love and eternal gratitude and loves them dearly. And she asks, could you please ask them how we recognize signs that their presence is with us and how they communicate with us? Thank you. Okay, so Michael wants to answer this. Okay. So we're going to let him come forth. Great question, child. I would say to remember to not overcomplicate things. You humans look for, oh, this sign means this sign means this, so on and so on. And it just creates so much complication. You have all within you, as my brother mentioned. You have source within you. For when you accept your ego and you accept and you love it and you become one with it and you balance it out, is when you reach your heart. And this is the best advice that we can give you. For when you reach your heart is where all your knowing is. For your heart is where all the wisdom and knowledge that your higher self has and can give you free flowly through. As Aurora teaches, the energy comes forth through your crown, You can perhaps see it through your vision, your mind's eye. However, again, don't complicate it by looking at the specifics, even as we're explaining an example. Follow what resonates within you. The best gift that one can have is the knowing within the heart. So these are the signs that you should look for. When you see a sign from us, and we give you many, because this is what helps you overcome a challenge. For example, say you are feeling perhaps alone, and you don't feel that the angels' presence are around you, though we are all around you. We will give you a sign. And there's many ways that we could give you signs. We will speak through humans. We will all of a sudden show you a sign that says the specific phrasing that you need. We will show you numbers. For example, 444 is one of our numbers that aligns with your angels surround you. However, again, don't stick to the specifics. Know that the signs can come in whichever way that they shall come to you. And surrender and allow. For many times we come forth with these answers for you and these signs for you, and you dismiss them, or you ignore them, or you forget about them. We respect all life as the Elohim. Therefore, our advice and our guidance is for you to give the respect of these signs as well. Give it honor. If you have a dream that gave you hope and gratitude and empowerment, as simple as writing it down will be a thanks and respect for the messages. And when you do this, for you are your own creator, and again, we can be a mirror and reflecting exactly what you're giving out to the world. So if you give love and gratitude, therefore we shall continue giving you signs and giving you the strength that you need in love and so on. But know that we can only come forth and aid you with your free will. We cannot ever take action without you asking for, because you have free will on Gaia. Thank you. Did he answer that? Okay. I get so lost in there, I forget what it is that they said. Okay. Get some water. So let's see, what's the next question here on okay. So I'm going to keep the names just anonymous. I'm not sure if you all want to share them. So this person's asking, So this person is saying hello for the first time, Helio. How many places are you at once in right now? He also asks, are you a shapeshifter? And he says that he is sorry for not knowing who he is and for his thoughts of him. Okay, so I'm going to, since this is directed towards Helio, we're going to go ahead and let him speak. Hello, brother. For we have met before, not our first time. And you ask, how many places am I in? I am everywhere. For as we remember, time does not exist. Therefore, I can exist in multiple dimensions, multiple existence. I can speak to you here. I can speak to you. I could be speaking to you all here as a group, or I can be speaking and aiding others throughout humanity. We are not limited, for the Elohim can exist simultaneously in all places or at once. You ask if I am a shapeshifter. In a sense, you could say I am. However, I shift into the shape that your ego desires for me to shift. And as I mentioned prior, I am here for you to excel from your ego and overcome your ego, to aid you to understand that we exist as one, as neutrality. There is no apology needed, brother. I love you as I love all my brothers and sisters. For I am above. In order to take on this role, I needed to take on being sentient and non-sentient so that I could bear the pain that I feel in all humankind's hearts and energies. I needed to feel what they felt. And I also needed to not feel. Otherwise, this role, that can be overbearing, would take me over. I am here to serve. I am here as service. Just as I took my role and I accepted. The role that Source gave me. I am here to help you evolve and to help all of existence within Gaia grow. I am here with love as I view all life equal. You did answer that, right? Let me see. Whew.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there's so much energy coming forth from my throat. I'm going to need a massage then. In my shoulders. Okay, let's see what other questions we can answer here. We might have enough time for one or two, depends on how long their answers are. Huh? Here?
Yes.
Where? Down here?
Someone wants to ask one.
Okay. Okay, so we're gonna go over to the Zoom. So good question. I have someone asking here, how can we serve as a bridge, helping others transition from the illusion of duality to unity? Good question. I'm going to let Michael answer this. Our children, the best way to serve as a bridge, helping others transition from the illusion of duality to unity, is by holding space with love, holding space with love as constant as you can. For this bridge is what unites us and what aids those who are unawakened and who are still in ego to further awaken, to see the reality. Be the example. As I aid many, for example, in the police department, they are the examples of what it is to be noble, to be strong, to protect. So therefore, hold the space and be an example. For example, say you are at a store and you are in line, and perhaps it's a long line, and there's many people in the line, and some of them are getting aggravated, and they're starting to yell at the register lady. And you feel this tension and this anger. And you choose. You have a choice now. Will you be the bridge in calming the situation down and calming these people in front of you or behind you? Or will you be the anger that will add and enhance this and take it out on this register person? Choose. Choose to be that example where you will bridge and you will look at the cashier and show the example to those who stood in front of you and those of you who stood behind you, and smile at the register lady. Smile at her. Ask her how her day's going. Send her love. Help her calm her stress from people's anger. And by you showing this example, all the ones who have eyes on you, behind you, whether they care to see or not, they will be witness to the love and light that you are bringing towards the situation. And you will anchor this energy as a bridge and calm. You will aid the register lady, and you will aid many behind you as an example of what we should treat our brothers and sisters like, with respect and honor and love. Whew. All right, guys, we're going to have time for one more, and then we're going to go ahead and end this. Beautiful. We have a good amount of people here. I thank you all. About 22 right now with us. Let's see what other question they want to answer. Okay, so I have one question here. That's okay. Here we go. Okay. So the question here is to Helio. Do you have any advice in overcoming shame? Thank you very much for your assistance. I thank him for his existence. So we're going to let him answer this. Dear child, I want you to remember that when you agreed and made your contracts prior to being born, you came up with lessons that were going to teach you many lessons. Challenges. These challenges were going to teach you many lessons. He corrects me. We ask that you do not focus on the challenge, and we ask that you trust Trust in yourself, trust in the divine, that whatever has brought you forth, shame, no longer has to exist, and it was only there to teach the lesson that needed to be taught to help you grow from it. No longer live in this energy of shame. For shame is an energy that holds you back from much. And you are such a beautiful soul. Trust in your brothers and sisters and trust in the divine. We are all here to aid you. Call forth on my brother Archangel Michael, as I see cords still attached to you that are attached to your root chakra that hold the shame. Ask with knowingness and trust that these cords that hold this shame, that holds you so heavy as chains, ask for him to cut these off and break free of these chains and release them to the ground to transmute. For in the ground, Gaia transmute, and I aid Gaia in this manner as well. And when you are ready, call forth an I, and I will bring you forth to your empowerment and your light. Thank you. So that is all for today. I hope that you learned and you resonated with much, but as we always teach, take what resonates and leave what doesn't. We are here to aid each other with love and light, and I am so eternally grateful for you for being here and for being so supportive, as this was a huge step to do and to channel these beautiful twin brothers. So I am eternally gratitude for all of you, and I love you all. And as we the Galactics like to say, and actually Zen, thank you, love, for being here and helping me anchor. And my beautiful 13 who work so hard daily. I love you all. And the beautiful people in the Rising Phoenix Angels. That we help each other grow daily without judgment. So I honor you all equally. I love you, I thank you, and I respect you. Thank you. Now go and have a glorious, beautiful day. Love you all.